I know that everybody here is dying to ask the next question I'm about to ask. We all would like to hear your thoughts about interest rates hopefully dropping eventually, but also Raphael has a very specific view about the anticipation of those rates dropping that I don't know that everybody has considered.
Yeah, so I'll say two things on this. So one, I purposely didn't talk about interest rates to start because I wanted to make sure everyone stayed in the room for the whole fireside chat. Look, we are on our path to our inflation target. And when inflation got high, we as a body increased interest rates to a level that I think is currently restrictive, and it will eventually slow things down. But the question is really at what pace, and I would say that I'm expecting that pace to be slow, and I expect the progression of inflation to our 2% target to be somewhat bumpy. And so my outlook for the economy is, for our policy is, my outlook for the economy is slow, steady growth that continues to slow. I do not have a recession in my outlook, but that slowness means that I don't think it'll be appropriate to drop rates soon, because if we drop rates, there's a possibility that there's excess energy in the economy that puts upward pressure on prices and moves us even further from our target. So I'm willing to be patient. I'm not in a hurry to get our inflation to 2% as long as it's moving there while we're seeing job growth and output growth, right? Because we have the dual mandate. If we're doing well on one and the other is moving in the direction we want to go, then I'm fine standing there. So I see one cut for this year. That's my outlook. And it'll be toward the end of the year, because as you've seen in recent months, inflation is not moving as strongly to our 2% target as it was toward the end of last year. So I'm willing to be patient on that. One thing I should just emphasize, though, is that, and I talked about this a bit with our RAIN network, the world is changing fast, and unexpected things have been happening on a regular basis. So even though I have an outlook, I have to be prepared for the possibility that the world evolves in ways that aren't like my outlook. And if it does do that, then I'm going to have to change sort of my view of what appropriate policy is. So my two words for the economy, one is grateful. I'm grateful for all the progress we've made on inflation. I'm grateful that the economy has continued to grow and have significant employment growth. But I'm vigilant as well, because the unexpected can happen. And when it does, we need to notice that on time so that our policy can adjust on time to keep the economy moving the way we need it to.